Spa, one of the most iconic circuits in the world, famous corners, and also known as the Ardennes roller coaster. And I, Bram, get to go karting there, not on the real track unfortunately, but on a karting course within the circuit. I can already reveal that this is the most beautiful track I've ever been to. Enjoy the video. So, after waking up early to head to Spa, we spent 3 hours in the car, but when we arrived at the track, I forgot to record my intro, so we could jump straight into the kart. Okay, where were we? First of all, I've never been to the circuit before, so it's completely new to me. And that means just one thing. Let's go explore the track layout. As you can see, the track begins with a sweeping right-hand curve that you can enter at a good speed. Exiting this curve, you head into a fast left-hander that leads back to where we came from. Braking for a 90-degree left turn, you descend into a left-hand corner that can be taken flat out, leading into a hairpin. After the hairpin, you head into a right-hand U-turn, followed by another right-hand U-turn, though this one involves a significant drop in elevation. Past the U-turns you reach the final few corners, such as the fast right-handers that lead to the last turn, a technical chicane. Naturally, this brings you out onto the start-finish straight. And after I'd driven a few laps, I decided to go inside to ask if my coach had any tips for going faster.
Ik dacht het al. Hier verder naar buiten lopen, kunnen we kant rechtuit. Ja. Dus later insturen, en hier zoveel sturen, kost allemaal tijd. Ja. Dus buiten, later insturen, zo recht mogelijk erin. Dat gaat goed. En dan die hairpin. Die red ik helemaal rond. Je moet ook apexen daar.
Ja, raken ook of dan niet?
Ja, we moeten echt de binnenkant moeten raken.
So, after getting back into my kart and returning to the track, there are two things to focus on. First is this hairpin. To go faster, I need to turn in later and hit the apex in the middle, setting myself up better for the next corner. Second is the chicane before the straight. I'm better off taking that section a bit wider, so I can go through it straighter and therefore faster. After practicing a bit longer, I was handling the chicane better, but I still couldn't quite master the hairpin, which was frustrating, so I decided to ask my coach for advice again.
Die hairpin, we moeten harder afremmen, rustiger erin, gaat er veel te hard in.
That sounds like good advice, but while we were busy with that, the other corners didn't just sit there waiting, and you can see that the rest of the run is actually going really well. That unfortunately has to make up for the hairpin, but that's something we can practice. But after all this, the session came to an end. On to the next one. And this session kicks off with some action. As you can see, there's a kart ahead of me. It was moving much slower than I expected, so it was a close call. And a few laps later, we come up behind the kart we want to overtake. Ultimately, I exit the hairpin with more speed and manage to overtake him on the inside. Later on, we came across another kart before the chicane and, of course, wanted to overtake it. However, I exited the chicane much faster than I had expected and only just managed to avoid the kart in front of me. Nothing more than driving laps happened during the session, so we're basically moving straight on to the next one. And in the next one, during the warm-up lap, we catch up to a kart we want to overtake. At first I hesitated about when to do it, but eventually I brake later at the hairpin and managed to pass it. But after a few more overtakes like this one, the session came eventually to an end.
Zo, welkom op Spa. Het is echt mijn favoriete circuit.
die er bestaat. Kijk dit nou. Hier heb je de echte baan. En hier heb je dan de kartbaan. Hoe vet is dat? Ik heb nog even geen tussenstukjes op kunnen nemen omdat ik dat vergeten was. De rest heb ik er super goed naar mijn zin. Op naar de volgende sessie dan maar. Ik vind het fantastisch. And in the next session, nothing much happened except for one thing. I set a new personal best, so enjoy one of the fastest laps of the day. Zo, dan zit die sessie erop en ik heb mijn personal best verbeterd. Dus daar ben ik blij mee. Op naar de volgende sessie, doei. And early in this session I made a stupid mistake. I braked too late for the chicane, so I had no choice but to go straight on. En dan zijn we klaar ook weer met die sessie. Ik weet eigenlijk ook niet waarom ik die tussenstukje opneem, maar op naar de volgende sessie. And this was the final session for you guys as well, because my GoPro battery had died. So I'll say it now, like, subscribe and enjoy my final laps at SPA.